Sweet Babe vs. Clueless CEO Daddy. Chapter 1. It is time to end this. Caitlin Clark was surprised when she saw the result of the test. I am pregnant. I am pregnant with Max's child. It was a hard and long road. But finally she had his child after 3 years of marriage. When she went out happily with the pregnancy result and was on her merry way to tell Max about this good news, she saw a familiar silhouette passing in front of her as she turned around the corner. Eliza Pierce. Max's first love is back. Caitlin quickly followed her. And much to her shock, she saw her husband being by Eliza's side, even though he was supposed to be at the company. At this moment, he was holding her carefully, and Eliza looked like she was 5 months pregnant. I am fine, Max. Don't worry. The child is doing okay. I think it is best if we do a checkup. You are pregnant with the first grandchild of the Cooper family, so we can't afford to make any mistakes. Eliza had a happy smile on her face while Max was treating her gently. Her husband's infidelity was hurting Caitlin. What are you doing? Caitlin gripped the pregnancy result tightly. Her nails pierced through the papers and dug into her palm. But the pain was nothing compared to the agony she was feeling. She was nearly infertile. But in order to be pregnant with Max's child, she tried every single prescription possible over the last 3 years. After going to multiple hospitals and nearly losing her life, she was finally pregnant. However, on the same day she found out about this, Caitlin saw Eliza being pregnant with her husband's child too. Why are you here? Max frowned. His earlier tenderness was gone, replaced by a cold look within his eyes. Even the air around them seemed to have dropped a few centigrades. Caitlin went up and interrogated him after noticing his less than warm attitude. Why am I here? How dare you ask why am I here? I am your wife, Max. And here you Ray going around with your mistress on a checkup. Her questioning attracted some bystanders. Eliza suddenly cried pitifully. I am sorry for dragging you into this, Max. If I had come back to tell you about the child, or if I had just aborted it, Caitlin wouldn't have misunderstood us. I am sorry. It is all my fault. After that, Eliza ran away. Follow Miss Pierce, Dexter, and watch out for her. I will hold you responsible if anything happens to her baby. Max sounded panicked, and a moment later, his assistant went after Eliza. Caitlin felt suffocated, for Max had never shown her this kind of concern. Max, you be ****. She wanted to slap Max, but he stopped her halfway through. The iron grip he was giving her made Caitlin frown in pain. When you tricked me into sleeping with you 3 years ago and forced me to marry you, you should know I will never give you what you want in this marriage. I am warning you now. Eliza's baby is important to me, and it is the Cooper family's descendant. If you even try to do anything to it, don't blame me for punishing you. After that, he flung Caitlin away. Caitlin lost her bearings and almost fell down. She quickly leaned against the wall beside her, but the pregnancy result fluttered away and fell before Max. You're pregnant. Max was stunned. Caitlin smiled, but tears rolled down her face. Do you even care about it? I told you about my condition 3 years ago, but you didn't believe me. No matter how nice I was to you, you ignored me. And now your first love is bearing your child. I might love you, Max, but I also have my own pride and dignity. I'll abort the child. We should put an end to this. Caitlin's heart was torn to shreds, but she chose to leave anyway. Max's gaze darkened. Then he dashed forward to hold her in his arms before trotting toward the hospital. Who do you think you are? Caitlin. You were the one who forced me to marry you. And now you're the one who is deciding to abort the child. Do you think I am someone whom you can do whatever you please with? I will decide whether you get to keep the baby or not. Let me go, Max. This is my baby, and it has nothing to do with you. Caitlin struggled angrily. but she couldn't escape his grip. Your baby. Can you even get pregnant with it without me? You're not an amoeba. I suggest you to not anger me at times like this. Caitlin. Max narrowed his phoenix eyes and radiated a repressing vibe that suffocated her. His phone rang at this moment. Max put her down in order to take the call. But he held her with one hand nonetheless, obviously being bossy about her. Caitlin felt dejected. She would have this illusion from time to time that told her Max cared for her. And this was one of those moments. What? Eliza is trying to kill herself. Keep an eye on her. I'll be there ASAP. Max suddenly felt nervous, while Caitlin started feeling disappointed again. Welcome to download Joyread app to read more chapters of Sweet Babe vs Clueless CEO Daddy novel online.